Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Real Juicy Detox. Welcome to my beach room. I am Berns. I'm your Dr. Morse certified detox specialist. And today we're going to be talking all about sugar and how many myths there are about fruit sugar. Hold on, let me do something here. I forgot to turn my volume down on my phone. There we go. So, yes, today we are going to be bouncing. We're going to be rebounding like we do every morning to get our three flows of energy flowing in the body. But we're also going to be talking for the bulk of our class all about fruit sugar and busting some fruit sugar myths. So, come along, drop in, say hello. Let me know if you are here, if you are tuning in. Ooh, I'm having a warm flash already, and we haven't even gotten started yet. I've been running around the house getting things set up. So let's get started. Good morning, Amy. Let's bounce, says Amy. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. So every day I start my day with a really gentle, fun bounce on my 38-inch wide rebounder. I really love this rebounder. It's really cheap. I just got it on Facebook Marketplace last summer, $20. So it's so easy to do. You don't have to have a worry that it is going to hurt you in any way. The one thing that I do want to let you guys know that you should be bouncing when your kidneys are open and filtering and getting all of the lymphatic fluid, the lymphatic waste that you're generating and getting moving in your body out of your body through your kidneys, through your bowels as well. So if your kidneys are opened up and they are filtering, you are good to go. So let's get a little bounce on. I just do a really gentle, hold on, let me show you because I like to show especially our newcomers what kind of bouncing I'm doing. I'm not doing anything too heavy duty at all. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. Yay. I'm bouncing. Awesome. So this is my rebounder. It's 38 inches wide. It's a little bit dusty. And all I do on my rebounder is I just move my heels up and down like this. And it's nice and gentle. It helps open up the three flows of energy in the body, the blood flow, the lymphatic flow, and the nerve flow in your body. So that's all I do. You can do more. Sometimes if I want to get a little bit more air, I will bounce like this. But usually in class, all I do is this, just moving my heels up off of the platform like so. And sometimes what you can do as well is if you don't want to do as much as that, you can just gently bounce like this. Just that little bit of a zero force gravity that happens when you come up and down on the bounce is enough to get your nervous system going, your lymphatic system going, and your blood flow going. So yes, come and bounce. Don't be afraid of bouncing. Bouncing is good for you. Just go gently, listen to your body, and monitor your body. Hey, Rockstar. So first we had Amy was here in class first, and then Lisa. Hey, Lisa. Good morning. Yay, I'm bouncing. Rockstar is in the house. How you doing, my friend? I hope you are well. Ooh, I am really, I am really glowing already. I'm sparkling, as my friend Carol Elizabeth would say. I sparkle. I'm sparkling today. Woo. So yes, come on in, come on over. Don't be shy. Say hello, especially if you're brand new in class. I love welcoming our new students. Oh shoot, where's my bell? Where is my bell? Dang it. I'm going to have to go and run and get my bell, kids. You know how I like to ring the bells for the new students, and I don't have it here. What did I do with my bell? What did I do with my bell? We've been moving stuff around and getting the different rooms in the house ready. Almost every room in the house is ready to put our house on the market. Just the other front office. I'm cleaning that out. So I moved a few things around, and I don't see my bell. Damn it. Damn it. Good morning, Chrissy. Chrissy is here. So every day when we get our bouncing classes going, we start with welcoming everybody in. So don't be shy. Come on over. Even if you're watching on the replay, let me know that you are here watching, and I will see your comment and drop you a little heart or a little emoji on that. So yes, I want to talk today about sugar. Sugar. Oh, how sweet it is, baby. How sweet it is, right? Good morning, Sheila. Oh my goodness, how are you doing, darling? I hope that you are well. How did you sleep? Did you have a good sleep? I had a great sleep last night. Oh, baby. I had a great sleep. Did you do your meditation this morning, you guys? Put your hand up if you did your meditation this morning. I did mine. Overcoming emotional eating. And the more that I listen to that, the more that I realize, oh yeah, I can understand how that could reprogram our subconscious mind around feelings of emotion and feeling good about ourselves. Because listen, if you're feeling really good about ourselves, when we are feeling really good about ourselves, it's so much easier to not feel like we need to put stuff in our body just to soothe ourselves emotionally. You know what I mean? But today we're going to be talking all about sugar. I'm just going to wait for a few more kids in the class to pop in. And in the meantime, we are getting our bouncing on. Just did the emotional eating meditation. Yes, it's so good, isn't it, Amy? I really am loving them. Loving these meditations. They're ways to help reprogram and rethink about yourselves in ways that really tap into the subconscious mind, like our class that we talked about in yesterday, where we talked all about the imagination and using the imagination to picture a new version of our lives that we want. These meditations really help. So they go a long way to doing that. So I'm really glad that you guys are exploring them and checking them out. That's amazing. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, my darling. Good morning, says Sharon. Everyone, good morning, everyone. Hope that you're all keeping well. Yes, indeed. I hope you're keeping well, Sharon. How is it going with you? I did meditation and deep breathing exercises. Excellent. Oh my gosh, nothing like really good deep breathing exercises to get that energy flow going, right? It's all about loosening up the obstructions in the body with our bouncing, our rebounding, with our meditation, with our breathing exercises. So good. Sheila says, I did my Paul McKenna meditations, didn't sleep that well. I wake up early because of discomfort and can't fall back to sleep. Hey, Sheila, that's a perfect time to do a meditation. Yeah, man, that's a perfect time. Put on any number of those meditations in the playlist and just use that time to meditate. They'll make all the difference. Yes, thank you for introducing him to us. Oh, you're so welcome, babe. You are so welcome. Hey, Wanda's in the house. Good morning, Wanda. How are you doing, darling? I hope that you are well. I hope that you are doing well. Sheila says, hi, Amy. Haha, me too. I try to make sure I'm finished by 9 a.m. Yes, I wake up at about 7. I usually wake up earlier than that, but I start my meditation at 7. So 7 to 8 a.m. is my meditation time. Good morning, dear people. Good morning, David. How are you? Oh my God, David, that salad the taco salad boats, the pictures that you posted in the group, I'm going to be making that for Dali and Kaya for dinner tonight. They look so good. So delicious. Thank you. Mono eating some bread seated in class. Woohoo! Yes, indeed. Nothing like red seeded grapes, eh? So good. Will do, Berns. Thank you. You're so welcome. Wake up a little bit earlier. If you're being woken up early, meditate. If you are not being woken up early to meditate, set your alarm a little bit earlier. Get up and meditate. It's the best way to start the day, I swear. Sheila, I started at 8:35, so barely finished. Oh my God, you guys are A students. Let me tell you what. I love it. I love it. Good morning, Sam. How are you doing, my dear? How are you doing? So good to see you in class again. Sheila says, hi, retired teacher David. Nancy is here. David's better half. Good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing? Work was fine. In a lot of pain still. Have not passed it yet. Oh, babe. Nancy is working on passing a kidney stone. Yeah. Hang in there, babe. Hang in there. Hang in there. Devin is back. Oh my gosh, Devin. Hello, darling. How are you? Hey, Devin, are you new? There was another Devin in class, but I think you're a different Devin. Devin, good morning. If not, if you've been here before, good morning, welcome again. I need to go find my bell. Give me 1 second, class. Give me 1 second. Miss Berns was not as prepared as she. Oh, here it is. There we go. Close at hand. Welcome, 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 Devin. We're so happy that you are here with us. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Welcome to class. Welcome to class. We're glad to have you. Sheila says, oh, you're the same Devin. You got a double bell then. You got an extra bell. Sheila says, hi, Nancy. I've been thinking about you. Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about Nancy. Oh, that damn kidney stone. It's the same Devin. All right. I know the names and usually the first names, but okay, I just memorize your last name. And when you guys change up your profile pictures, it throws me. It throws me. Just finished 3 days of fruits, berries, and grapes. Oh, baby. That is so good. iPad. Oh, there we go. Sometimes it doesn't click in. I'm drinking, by the way, today, I'm drinking honey tangerine juice. It is so good. Honestly, that is the best. That is the best. Sending you a speedy recovery, Nancy. Yeah, girl. Yes, indeed. So we're going to talk a little bit today about sugar and fruit sugar. And I know a lot of you who are in the class who've been doing this for a while, you know the deal. Fruit sugar is our natural source of simple, unrefined sugar. And we know that that is actually the fuel source that our body needs in order to produce a cycle of energy on a cellular level. When our body is able to produce this cycle of energy on a cellular level really easily with the most bioavailable food source on the planet, fruits, that's right. There's something magical that happens in the body. We get this beautiful cellular dynamic energy coursing through our body because one simple sugar plus oxygen combine to create energy in the cell. And at the end of the day, each cell has one job. Each cell in the body has one job. Now, a bunch of cells, excuse me, a bunch of cells can come together to form different tissues, organs, and glands. But on a cellular level, every cell actually has one job, and that is to produce a cycle of energy. And if we can put into our body foods that are simple, that are the most bioavailable, that are actually meant to easily combust and turn into energy, then wouldn't you agree that we would be better off if we kept that as a high level of fuel in our body, right? That makes sense, right? So what I want us to focus on when you're doing any kind of fruit juice protocol or high fruit diet like we've been doing, like I've been doing for over 9 months now, I want us to really focus on something. There's a lot of myths out there that say that, oh, you shouldn't. I've read this in one of the groups, not our group, but one of the other juicing groups. Oh, don't drink watermelon juice for too long because you're going to get sugar dependent on it and you're going to have spiking sugar down the road and sugar cravings and all this stuff. Guys, nothing could be further from the truth. Nothing could be further from the truth. That just doesn't happen. That happens when we eat processed, refined sugar. So what I thought was, you know what, this is a question that I know a lot of people are concerned about, and I know that there are a lot of beautiful new members to the group, to the community here at the Real Juicy Detox. And by the way, if you're not in our private group as yet, I really recommend that you come and check it out. We are a very loving, very open community. There is no weirdness, right? If you want to share something that you found valuable from somebody else's page or on a YouTube channel that is not the Real Juicy Detox, guess what? I welcome that in our group because that is where the learning happens. If you think that you're going to get all your learning from me, you're sadly mistaken. Yes, indeed. I learn a lot from other people. And one of the things that I have always found a little bit strange in these Facebook groups, particularly the ones that are claiming to be Dr. Morse groups, because I air quote that because Dr. Morse would not be in favor of what goes on in these Dr. Morse groups. He would not condone that kind of behavior at all. I love it when people share information, as long as it is good quality information. It's solid. It's right along the lines of what we practice and what we study here, and what we put into our bodies. Hey, man, share away. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just thought, you know what? This would be a really good time to go over and cover some of these concepts about sugar, about fructose, about the simplicity of what we are doing with our protocol, and about some of the beautiful benefits of simple fructose found in fruits. So I thought we would go through some of the class notes from the master class that I did way back in October. Way back in October of 2020, I did a class called Sugar and Carbohydrates, and I wanted to go over those notes again as a little quick refresher. Would you guys like that? Would you guys be down for a little refresher about how and why this simple fructose sugar is so good for us? Yeah? All right, so let's do that. But first, let me just go through and just see what the comments are saying. And what I would love for you to do during this class is that at any point in time, if something resonates with you, or if you if something just stands out for you, if you have an experience to share around something, if you have been doing this fruit protocol and you're seeing benefits, if you have healed or starting to heal your diabetes, please make sure to comment in the comments, because I will read out all of your your questions and your comments and your shares as we go through the notes. But first, let's just see this. Amy says, sending you a speedy recovery, Nancy. Yes, indeed. I feel like all I want is savory pineapple juice. Oh, baby, that is some delicious juice, is it not? Totally into garlic right now. And it's a funny thing. I find some people, if you don't like garlic, leave out the garlic. But even putting a little bit in, so good, so good. And you know what? If you have high blood pressure, and you eat a combination of cayenne pepper and garlic, that is going to really help. In fact, Dr. Moore sells a formula that has cayenne and garlic for high blood pressure. So that is really going to help your body heal. I know some people who are purists say, oh, don't eat garlic and don't eat onions and don't eat this and don't eat that. Dr. Morse does not say that at all about garlic. So we can confidently go forward and continue to enjoy that. Shell, thank you. I love everyone. Babe, you're welcome. Sending you healing energy, Nancy. See, this is the kind of group that we have here at the Real Juicy Detox. I love it. I love it. Amy, thank you, dear. Good morning, Greet. How are you? So glad that you are here with us this evening for you. Hello, everyone. Hello, RM. I'm cycling right now, feeling great. Hey, it's St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Oh my goodness. Happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody today. Yes, indeed. It's almost comical hearing about fruit sugar problems from juicing fruits. I know, because we have been indoctrinated into thinking that fruits are bad for us. But here, go have a Big Mac. Where's the beef? Got milk? Fruit's bad. Fruit's bad. Consider the source. Good morning, lovely people. It's been a while. So glad to be back. Yes, Duda. So glad to see you, darling. I hope you are doing well. Hope you're enjoying the spring. Is the spring starting to spring? Has spring sprung in England as yet for you? Love me a refresher class. Awesome. We're going to get into it. They scare me so much. My mental health deteriorated so much ever since I joined these groups you're talking about. Get out, run in the other direction fast. Anytime you're in a group and you're seeing a lot of fear or a lot of aggression or a lot of general hate, run in the other direction. That's how you can say, you know what I would say, Jasmine? Whew, I'm glad I know. Thank you for the clarification. This is not for me. This is not where I need to be. Wherever you are, I don't care if it's a physical group or a physical place in your real life, or if it is on a Facebook group, if you feel that the energy is just, it's just not right for you, bust a move, man. You don't even have to explain yourself. Just get the heck out of there. Yeah. Hi, Duda, says Amy. Yes, I'm feeling lucky. Whoop, whoop. I'm feeling lucky. I feel lucky every dang day. And I know you do too, but today is an extra lucky day. Sending to you so much love, beautiful Nancy. Oh, thank you, Jasmine. LOL reminds me of my post the other day. Which post the other day? Which post? Which post? But there are lots, right? Absolutely amazing what's considered bad. Oh my God, is it ever? Is it ever? They want us buying all of the crap down the middle section of the grocery, and the 5% of the grocery that's dedicated to our actual health and vitality. Don't eat too much sugar, don't eat too much fruit, because but here, you want some pasta, you want some bread, how about a cookie? Oh, but it's sugar free, but it's really so toxic for us, right? So yes, indeed. Good morning, Miro. So glad that you are here. Welcome to class, babe. It's been quite some time. I know, Jimmy. I was thinking about you the other day. I was like, dude, where's my Jimmy? Where is Jimmy? Welcome back to class, Jimmy. You get some extra bells. Yes, indeed. So glad that you are here. All right, I think I've been bouncing for over 15 minutes, so I'm going to stop bouncing and I'm going to get into the teaching portion of the class. The posts about people eating garbage while telling me I consume too many fruits. I know, it's just laughable. It just is so laughable. But you know what? They're at a certain level of consciousness where they're just not able to perceive the information, right? It's like trying to get a kindergarten student to read a grade 8 novel. That's what we're doing in some senses. You know what I mean? You can't. You gotta just do your thing, man. It's like, okay, all right, all right. I know it's frustrating. It's crazy. Good morning, Deepika. Good morning, Berns, and lovely class members. So glad that you are here. How are you girls doing? How's Sammy today? Hi, Sammy. So glad to see you if you are here, babe. All is good, thank you. Just spending quality time with family. Spring is trying to sprung. Cannot wait for warmer weather. Oh my God, me too. I think it's going up to like 10 degrees today, if I'm not mistaken, Celsius here in Canada. So yeah. Hi, Amy, says Judah. You are looking so lovely and vibrant. All the juicing is making you look so beautiful. Thank you so much. It's all that sugar. It's all that bad fruit sugar, you know? Bad, bad, bad. Oh, so bad for you. Not good at all. You'll gain weight with this. Really? I lost 30 pounds. How has that happened? How is that possible? I lied. 33 pounds. 33 pounds. Okay, so what I want to do, guys, is I want to go into, I think it's in the banners, actually. My banners for, okay, so these notes that I made up were from back in the day before I was doing the side panel notes that would show up here. I was doing my notes that showed up down here. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to go through, get your little notepad, or just type it in the comments, stuff that really strike you and resonate with you as we go through these notes. So this is all about fruits, all about sugars, and kind of dispelling that myth. So let's go through it. Let me know what your experiences are. Let's start. Each cell in our body is like a self-sustaining city that basically requires two outside factors. First, it needs an energy source. Just like our car needs fuel, so do our cells. And like we know, cars all require different types of fuel, don't they? Right? Depending on what type of car you have, you would never think to roll up to a Tesla charging station unless you had a Tesla car. Am I right? Or you would never go to a diesel gas pump if you had a regular gasoline car. And for some of us, even for me, I drive a little beater. It's no fancy car at all. Even my little Mazda, I drive up and I pull up and I get premium gasoline every single time. Why? Why do we put the best possible fuel source in our cars, but we don't do it when it comes to our bodies, which is our most powerful and most dynamic and most, in some ways, mysterious, very complex vehicle, why don't we do it with our bodies, right? It's kind of amazing. So secondly, the cells must be able to eliminate the byproducts of these burned fuels. These byproducts must be carried away from the cells, much like plumbing and septic systems work in the house. Now, carbohydrates refer to a group of chemical substances made up of carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, which are carbon and water, and they include starches, glycogens, dextrins, and celluloses. By the way, don't get too freaked out. Don't get too freaked out by all of this like technical stuff. It's all going to make sense really quickly. I promise. I promise. Now, since organic compounds, carbon compounds, supply the main energy source for the cells, these carbohydrates are used by your body for its primary energy supply. All right, organic carbon compounds supply the main energy source for the cells. Organic carbon compounds. We are carbon machines. We are not nitrogen machines. We do not get nitrogen, use nitrogen or protein as fuel. We actually are carbon machines when it comes to our fuel. Do we benefit from having a little bit of nitrogen in our body? Yes. It is on the acid side of chemistry, though. Carbon, simple carbons are on the alkaline side of chemistry. So, since organic carbon compounds supply the main energy source for the cells, these carbohydrates are used by your body for its primary energy supply. All green plants use the sun's energy, photosynthesis, to combine carbon dioxide and water to form carbohydrates. Now, cellulose is the chief constituent of the cell wall of plants, and it's a type of carbohydrate. When consumed by humans, cellulose acts as an intestinal broom and an energizer to the intestinal wall. So, cellulose is really good, right? It's that fiber, the cellulose fiber found in fruits and vegetables, really, really good for our bodies. However, don't feel like I don't want you to confuse the fact that we do juicing and we remove the cellulose from our juice. We do that to cleanse the body, to give the body a digestive break from digesting the cellulose when we do juicing. But cellulose is very, very important. It's very good for our bodies. Now, let's talk about sugar. Sugar is a carbohydrate belonging to the saccharide family. Simple sugars, also called monosaccharides, are the main fuels for your body. And they're called monosaccharides because they have simple 1 to 2, sometimes 3 saccharides in a chain, as opposed to complex sugars like grains, like processed sugar, like beans. All of those have some of them have up to chains of up to 21 saccharides all grouped together. Those are complex sugars. Simple sugars, like found in fruits, baby, simple sugars have usually 1 to 3, usually called monosaccharides, usually 1 saccharide in the chain. Sugars are as essential to your body as gasoline is to your automobile. Simple sugars help run your machine, your body, via the cells. However, there are several important distinctions to understand about sugars. Glucose, or simple sugar, and its initial compounds, such as starch and cellulose, make up the most abundant organic chemical compounds on the earth. And since your body can only use substances in their simplest forms, right? The body wants simple chemistry. It needs simple chemistry, and it can actually only use simple chemistry, right? All complex sugars or di and polysaccharides must first be broken down into a simple sugar or monosaccharides. So much like protein, if you have a structured bond, a bonded structure of di and polysaccharides, the body must break those apart. It's got to break those apart in order for your body to be able to use it, right? Just checking out the comments there. This is one aspect of the process of digestion. So when we digest the food, we eat it, it goes into our stomach. Actually, digestion of our juices and our fruits starts right in the mouth. Did you know that? Especially when you have it in a juice form, that juice starts to break down and starts to be digested immediately, as opposed to complex chemistry, which needs a lot of digestion in the stomach. After digestion breaks down complex sugars to glucose, this glucose is then absorbed into the blood from the intestinal tract. The glucose is then transported to the cells, where it is reduced to carbon and it is oxidized for energy and heat. This is very important. So the glucose breaks down into carbon. Now the problem with eating certain things like grains and like complex carbohydrates is that when that gets broken down, when that glucose gets broken down, it produces too much carbons. So we're going to talk about that in a second. Part of the carbon that the glucose is broken down into, part of the carbon is stored for future energy needs, the way a battery will store energy. Some of the excess carbon which is not used is stored as ATP, or adenosine triphosphate, or converted to fat, and or stored as glycogen. Now the glycogen, which is stored mainly in the liver and the muscles in the tissue, can also be stored in many other places in the body, so that when the body is deprived of glucose, like when in times of famine, it'll start to use its glycogen reserves. Glycogen, in those cases, glycogen is then converted back into glucose. Remember, the body must have a fuel source, as does your car. So if you are not putting in a good or any fuel source into your body is going to go into its muscles, into its tissues, and it's going to try to break down that stored ATP and stored energy to utilize. Now, when refined or complex sugars, right, several glucose and fructose complexes bonded together, when refined or complex carbohydrates, complex sugars are consumed, it creates a glucose overload in the body, which turns into excess carbon molecules. By the way, hello everybody. If you're just tuning in, I just noticed that we've got 30 kids in the class right now. Welcome everybody. Oh my goodness, I am glistening all over the place today. Ooh. Berns is having a warm flash. That's okay. It's all good. Welcome, 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 everybody. I'm Berns. I'm your certified detox specialist. Today, we're talking all about fruits and fruit sugar and why we need to not be so afraid of them. Hello, everybody. So good to see you. Welcome to class. If this is at all resonating with you, if this is information that you are getting value from, let me know. Give me a thumbs up. Drop me a thumbs up emoji in the comments so that I know that it is of value to you and you're enjoying this content. So when we eat all of these refined carbohydrates, we're talking about all of the grains, and that includes rice. Yeah, I know. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. I'm just giving you the truth about how our body works, all right? Thank you so much. Niece is giving me a thumbs up. Awesome, awesome. Good morning, Karen. Good morning, Niece. Good morning, Shalish and Dee and everybody. Thank you so much for popping in. So when we eat these complex sugars, this is why it's so important. Now that we've gotten the basis of the background of how this whole thing works in the body, I want to really help you guys understand this. When we eat refined or complex sugars, so that is all of the grains, including rice, including oatmeal. I know, we think, oh my God, oatmeal, that's so good. It's good for this, it's good for that. It produces excess carbon molecules in the body. All the sugar, all the cookies, all of everything that has sugar in it, all right? We're talking about all the desserts, all the chocolate. Remember, Shaylesh, you were asking about chocolate yesterday? Everything that we eat that is complex sugar in nature, where there's several glucose and several complexes, remember, bonded together like this. produce excessive carbon molecules in the body. This is really important to understand. So when you go to eat something, if you're having I'm having an emotional eating day, so let me go and eat some, you know, some sweets or some cookies or some candy or some rice or bread or pasta, all of that stuff. What you're doing is you're eating essentially excessive amounts of carbon molecules. The excess carbon molecules is converted into carbon dioxide and carbonic acid. Carbon dioxide is eliminated via the lungs, which is why it is so important to not be continually breathing in the stuff that you're breathing out. Why would you do that? You're breathing back in excessive carbonic acid and carbon dioxide, the byproducts of the stuff that you don't want in your body when you eat. Please, guys, I'm just saying, get out of this myth that this mask is somehow protecting you from something. It is not. It is degrading and downgrading your health, because what are you breathing back in? What are you breathing back in? Right? You're breathing back in carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is trying to be eliminated via the lungs, and you're breathing back in that waste material, that excrement from your lungs. All right. And it is also released through the kidneys and through the skin. Carbonic acid requires oxidation or transmutation via oxygen or mineral salts, respectively. Both of these substances are acid forming and must be neutralized and removed from the body, as they are strong contributors to acidosis. So if you are not getting rid of these acid forming substances, what are you doing to your body? You're increasing and raising the acidosis in your body. And what do we know, you guys? What do we know? Hey, Emoji King is back in the house. So great to have you, Emoji King. What do we know about acidosis in the body? All dis-ease in the body, all illness happens under an acid sky. All health and vitality happens under an alkaline sky. So wouldn't it just make sense to avoid and eliminate as much of that acid overload in the body as possible? I mean, that's what we're trying to do here, isn't it? Isn't that what we're trying to do here? Now, listen, sugar or glucose overload is very common in our society. We consume a great deal of refined and complex carbohydrates and sugars. When I look back, think about this, you guys. When you look back from childhood, from your earliest memories, what have you eaten a lot of? What have I eaten a lot of? Straight up sugar. I can eat sugar straight, and often have done so. I can eat sugar straight off a spoon, just like that. And for a lot of us, we don't realize that we're doing it when it's coming packaged in all of these sugar-free, diabetic-friendly, glucose-free, and all of this kind of stuff, right? Without realizing that, hold on a second, what's really in the product? Is this causing a sugar overload in my body? Well, Berns, rice isn't sweet. Yeah, but it's complex sugars, and it is causing an excessive sugar overload in the body. Absolutely amazing. I'm absolutely shocked at how much sugar I have consumed in my life from the time I was a wee little girl. And it is no wonder that since I was a wee little girl, I have had issue after issue after issue after issue of acidosis showing up in my body. Appendicitis at the age of 8, almost lost my life because my appendix was so inflamed and so full of toxins. It burst as soon as they went in, and it was located on the left side of my abdomen and not the right side. My bowels were so twisted up from all of the acidosis. So I want you guys to really think and answer this question for me. As you think and go through what you have been conditioned to believe is food and what you have been conditioned to eat over time, how many people are sugar babies in the house? Drop me a candy emoji right now if you're a sugar baby. I am such a sugar baby. Oh my gosh. Since I can remember. Huge sugar baby since I can remember. Yes, starchy foods. Starchy foods are all complex sugar in nature. Potatoes,
starches, grains, wheat, flour, all of that, everything, all of those things are extreme starchy foods because, and they're so acidic to the body because they give off, they produce excess carbon molecules in the body. Insane. Insane. When I first found out about this, and by the way, all of this information, in case you guys want to go and check it out, all of this information is from Dr. Morse's beautiful book. Let me pull up the image of that. These are all from the Detox Miracle Source book, right over here from Dr. Robert Morse. I highly recommend that you guys pick up this book if you want more of this incredible value, because it is so powerful. When I first learned about this, when I was first doing the class notes for this, I was like, oh my God, this makes so much sense. And believe you me, knowing this information has made this journey on this path so much easier for me, because now I look at food differently. Now I look at my fruit juice as, oh my goodness, this is my fuel for the day. Of course, I'm going to have more energy. Of course, I'm going to look better. Of course, I'm going to be more vibrant. Of course, my skin is going to glow if I eat food that's beautiful, simple in its simplest form, so that my body can utilize it in its best way, right? Duda. Duda doesn't just put one fruit emoji, all right? Duda puts all the fruit emojis, all the sugar emojis, because that's what Duda is about. Me too, Duda, me too, right? Greet is a big sugar baby. Sheila, sugar baby. Niece is a sugar baby. D is a sugar baby. Oh my God. Oh, D, your book is going to be here today. I'm so excited for you guys. Emoji King is a sugar baby. Look at all that sugar. Now, we would not think pizza and burgers are sugar foods, but yes, they are. Yes, they absolutely are, because they have an excessive amount of carbon molecules in them. Karen, hey, Karen. Karen is here. Yeah, Karen, huge sugar baby. Me too. I mean, like all the sugar all the time. Sheila, that was my diet for years, says Duda. Absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. Where's Jared, by the way? Is Jared here? Where's my sugar man? Where's my sugar man? Where is Jared lately? I hope Jared is still with us. Good morning, Don and Ron. Good morning. Good morning. All right, so let's continue on with this, because I really love how this is really resonating with you guys. The more you know, the better you can do for yourself. You know what I mean? So sugar overload, extremely common. It's almost celebrated. And then we hear, oh, but don't eat fruits because that's bad for you. It's like, okay, you need to just educate yourself a little bit, just like how we all needed to educate ourselves, right? I didn't know about this. I didn't know about it at all. I, like a lot of people out in the world, thought that if I ate too much fruit, that it would cause me to gain weight. Like, ass backwards thinking. But the high sugar glucose overload keeps a high demand on the pancreas to produce insulin. Guys, it's not the fruit that's going to cause you to have a high demand for insulin on the pancreas, it's the other excessive carbon molecule eating foods. All right, so the high sugar, excuse me, overload, not from fruits, but from complex sugars that leave behind an excessive what? That's right, an excess carbon molecules in the body from all of the sugar, the processed sugar. This keeps a high demand on the pancreas to produce insulin and upon the liver and kidneys to convert or eliminate the excess. Add to this the excess problems caused by protein and fat consumption, and I will do that class tomorrow. All right, the protein class, I will do that tomorrow. And you begin to form a picture of why people today have so many health issues. So many health issues, right? So many health issues. Raw fruits and vegetables are balanced in their simple sugars, amino acids, and fatty acids. They're balanced, and they're also bioavailable. We're eating so much food that is not bioavailable naturally to the body, that the body has to go through all kinds of chemical gymnastics in order to break it down And in the process, leaving behind this high carbonic acid hit in the body. When, if we simply go back to a simple chemistry diet, everything becomes easy. Will it take a little while to release and to get all that crap out of your body from however many decades that you've been putting it in? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. But I am telling you, this is why I preach this day in and day out. If you stay consistent, your body will balance itself out. Because if you're putting in balanced, simple food into your body just starts performing like it was designed to perform. We were not ever designed and created to have so much suffering, disease, inflammation, acidosis, killing our cells, leading to all kinds of cancers. You ever ask yourself, you ever wonder why cancer rates are increasing up through the roof with all of the science and all of the medicine? Do you ever wonder why cancer rates and disease rates are skyrocketing? Go stand in your grocery store for a minute. I challenge you guys, the next time you're in your grocery store, just observe where people are, observe what's in people's baskets, not from a judgmental point of view, you know what I'm saying? But from a point of view of, this is how I used to shop too. My grocery cart would be filled with all of the sugary shit, and all of the stuff from down the aisles constantly. My grocery cart is completely different now. I never have any of that stuff in my grocery cart. And I think I'm living proof of what this kind of protocol will do in the body, right? I think I am. I look at myself in the mirror, and every day I am amazed. My mind is blown. I'm like, dang, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at what's going on in my body. What? I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm energized. I'm optimistic. For the first time in my life, I'm not afraid. Holy crap. For the first time in my life, I'm not afraid of a health concern or a health issue. Charlotte, my sister-in-law from another Mista, my sister's sister-in-law actually messaged me after she heard we were moving to Costa Rica this year. And she said, oh my gosh, are you not concerned about, well, what about your medical coverage and your medical insurance? I'm like, yeah, I'll get medical coverage. Don't worry. I am not at all afraid of what am I going to do when I'm in Costa Rica and I get sick from my dude. That's not happening because I'm reversing all of the cause of why I had cancer in the first place by putting in these beautiful raw fruits and vegetables that are balanced, simple sugars, simple bioavailable amino acids, and beautiful, simple, available bioavailable fatty acids. There's nothing to fear with this. They are truly God food designed for humans. Before I talk about artificial sweeteners, I see a ton of comments going on here. I love the dynamic nature of these classes, by the way, you guys. It makes teaching so much fun for me. I love it. So much fun. I remember a boss of mine telling me bananas are fattening. Yeah, I'm sure he was the picture of health too, right? Sherry baby is a sugar baby, a sugar baby. Now we're doing our sugar baby, our watermelon sugar high, right? We're doing different kinds of sugar babies now. Anne Marie says, love this info. Thank you. Awesome, Anne Marie. I'm so glad that you're getting it live right here with me. Think about what we grew up on. It's scary. Craft dinners, hot dogs, pizza, cereal, and milk. Yeah, man, that's what my kids grew up on. Oh my God, it was craft dinner. I one of my favorite things that I used to love eating. Yeah, not anymore. I'm not into that destruction anymore at all. Hi, Elsie. Hey, you're here. You're back. Hi, I've been missing in action, but I have 9 of Dr. Morse's formulas on hand: kidney, bladder, pituitary, lung, endocrine, heal all tea, lymphatic, spleen, adrenal, GI renew, liver, skin. I also have a juicer. Oh my God, your juicer. Babe, congratulations. You're going to knock this out of the park. That herbal support, so powerful. Good for you, babe. Good for you. Love it. Love it. Let's see who else is here. Yes, Dr. Atkins gave me fruit fear and an obsession with sugar-free treats. Yeah. Dr. Atkins, I know, I studied that. I did that too in the day. Dee says, carbs and sugar are why I'm a hot mess now. Carbs and sugar are why most of us are a hot mess now, and the high protein shit that we thought is food. Those things combined, total destruction for our body. Who benefits? Who benefits from us being on high carb, high sugar, high protein diets? Do we benefit from that? I don't think so. Does Big Pharma benefit from that? Hmm. Is brown and whole wheat bread recommended to eat? Example, 2 slices a day? Absolutely not, darling. Absolutely not. Unless, of course, you want to have an acid body. Do you want to have an acid body? No, you don't. Bread made with flour, with wheat, with any kind of grain, like a wheat type grain, is complex. Complex. Plus, they're using yeast. So, unless you want to continue to feed your candida, and we're going to talk about that in a minute in the banners, unless you want to continue to feed your candida and feed your acidosis, I would stay the hell away from it. You don't need it. There are other alternatives. Go check out some of my recipes that we've done. There are other ways to get your fix for your need for bread. I'm going to be experimenting with a lentil flatbread. It's going to be cooked, but it's just lentils and water. Super simple. We've done lots of different variations of bread alternatives in the Real Juicy Detox. Check out my channel on YouTube. Scroll through them. I mean, I've done over 400 videos on YouTube. You'll be able to find something that rings your bells to replace the bread. But absolutely, without question, and this is where I know you're thinking about opening up or you're planning, or you're working on opening up, Shailesh, a vegan healing center in the Himalayas, at the foot of the Himalayas. I strongly encourage you to look at raw vegan, because vegan, there's a lot of things that fall under the vegan moniker that are extremely acid forming. There's a lot of junky vegans out there that eat a lot of bread. So I would stay away from that. I need glasses to read. I don't need glasses to read anymore. This just happened 3 weeks ago. It's been 25 years. Amazing. Amazing. Yes, Nancy is a sugar baby too, right, Nancy? And now we experience what is Nancy experiencing? What are you experiencing, Nancy, as a result of all the sugar? Well, high acidosis in the body, requiring the parathyroid gland to pull and leach calcium from our system, from our bones, and from our teeth. That's the two main sources of calcium in the body. It's actually our highest mineral in the body. And when the body leaches calcium via the parathyroid gland, it causes a lot of free floating around calcium in our body, combined with a high acid diet, which makes things stick together. Bam, you got kidney stones, right? Size of a golf ball. 5 or 6 operations to remove that in the past, damaging the kidneys even further. It's a huge snowball effect when we eat too much sugar, guys. Really important to understand this and to not be afraid of sugar in the form of simple fructose. This is what our body is designed to utilize for energy. Not all the cake, not all the bread, not all the pasta, not all the rice, all of that stuff. No, this stuff right here. I was just going to say, look at people's carts at the store. And then look at them. And then you can make the absolute parallel. Okay, got it. And some stuff you can't see. You can't see their rheumatoid arthritis, or sometimes you can in the hands, but you can't see their colitis. You can't see their digestive issues. You can't see their heartburn. You can't see their candida. You can't see their kidney stones. You can't see their renal failure. You can't see their cancer. You can't see a lot of what is going on in the body when you're looking at them. But a lot of times you can see the other obvious signs. You can see overweight. You can see underweight. You can see rashes. You can see just poor energy just emanating out of them, as opposed to when you're eating a very high fruit protocol, fruit and vegetable, mainly raw, totally different energetics coming out of the person then. Oh my God, I've been doing that lately when I go grocery shopping. I just look at people's carts and what they have in it. Sometimes there's one grocery store that I go to as well, Nice, where the lineup It's really weird with all this, you know, crazy COVID lineup stuff in grocery stores sometimes, depending on the grocery store. But one that I go to, it's usually a freaking long lineup, like it's a 10-minute wait. And they stretch it out, and you can see as you move down, you can see the aisles, right? So you're walking by as you're waiting, and I'm just looking down the aisles, and I'm seeing people who can barely walk. I'm seeing people in wheelchairs. I'm seeing people health compromised for sure, hands down, no question. I could actually start naming off their conditions. It's crazy how I'm able to see it now. And then I look at what they're looking at. Oh, let me, which cereal should I get? Oh, I'm going to get this cereal. And then, oh, what canned crap am I going to get over here? And it's just remarkable to me. I'm just like, this is really sick when you look at it and you understand who benefits, who and why are we seeing these things on our shelves, and who is benefiting back pocket stuff. And it's not just the food manufacturers, although they are very heavily, the food and pharma industry are in bed with each other like this, like this. It's crazy. It's eye-opening. It certainly is eye-opening. Yeah, good. Emoji King is not afraid because you're healing your body. You've done this before, and you're doing it again. Yes, I got that realization in the last 7 days, not to be afraid. All medical fears are over. Beautiful, my friend. And the more you replace those old habits of needing the dark chocolate, or and there's nothing wrong with dark chocolate now and then, don't get me wrong, but we make dark chocolate with no sugar. Yes, we do. But getting rid of the things that we think are okay. You know, well, it's whole grain. It's brown brown bread. You got it's still more refining to do until you can really experience the true healing, and therefore the true lack of fear in the body, you know. I only use health insurance for injury. Yes, same here. I'm so happy I'm here for a live today, Rachel. We're so happy you are here too, darling. Who benefits? Ask yourself the question, who benefits from all of this propaganda? Just going to say it like it is. Who benefits? Ah, yes, indeed. Yes, Lisa, right? And it's not just the bread. It is all of the cheese, all of that dairy, also very acidic in the body, all the bacon, all the meat, the pizza. And by the way, you guys got to go search on YouTube for my raw vegan pizza videos. Those are some really good videos, man. Cereals in the morning, bread, starch for lunch, and carbs from the maize flour. Yep. This coupled with loads of animal proteins, milk in the morning, meat. Yep. And this happens daily, almost our entire lifetime. Absolutely. They consider that it's not organic, meaning altered stereochemistry. This is a sick world. It is a sick world. It really is. But you know what? We have hope, right, Jimmy? We have hope because we have Dr. Morris's beautiful work. We have our own experience doing this, own the protocol for ourselves. When you put it into your body, when you change the old habits, like easily, I could have eaten meat 3 times a day. Yeah, and often did. Often did. Carbs, straight up, I remember I could go strictly on carbohydrate crap for days, weeks, months, and I did. It's no wonder I turned up with cancer. It's no wonder. It's like, oh, okay, I get it. I get it. I see what I did there. I see what I did there. Not doing that anymore. Chili's, yes, all my medical fears are over. Beautiful. And the more we put this information into our consciousness, and the more that we put this food into our body and we start tying this whole thing together, that's why I'm so big, as you guys know, on education about this and the practicality of it. It's not enough to just know it. That's like intellectual masturbation. Excuse my crassness, but it is. You're just intellectually going through the exercise without applying it. If you can get the information into you and get the food into you and see it working in your body at the same time, wow. When you do that, that is how I'm able to stay consistent so much. And because I got all of you to be accountable for, right? I got to lead the way. I am part of the movement and the momentum to help you guys have belief in this. So my belief is already strong, but it's even stronger because you guys are also going through it and putting the food into your body, putting the information into your heart, mind, and soul. When you apply it on this doing level, being level, it's everything. That's when your fears really evaporate, really evaporate. Cashiers look at me weird when I have tons of fruit in my cart. This one cashier thought I was making a fruit platter, and I told him I'm on a juice cleanse, and he said, "Oh, well, have fun with that," but in a sarcastic way. I was going to tell him the benefits of it, and that I'm on a juice cleanse. But after he said that, I said, "Thanks, I will." Meanwhile, this poor guy is over 300 pounds and was breathing hard. Oh, God bless him. God bless him. You know, yeah, I would have said, "Hey, man, I'm having so much fun. You should try it. It's really fun." That's what I would have said. You can't meet skepticism with anger or with harshness. You know what I mean? Because think about it. It wasn't that long ago that we didn't know either, right, niece? Look at what we did to our bodies. Look at the state we ate ourselves into, right? All kinds of problems, all kinds of problems. You don't know what you don't know. But when you know, you do better. I see a lot of people at work eat a lot of sugar and they are very overweight, acidosis, and I have a hard time walking. You're always tired. And I have had I have a hard time walking. You're always tired. You can tell what's in their baskets. Yeah, it's what's been in our baskets too, right? You got to have, and this is what I think. I don't want anybody to think that I walk around with a harsh look at people themselves. I look harshly at what's going around, like I not harsh but like reality. I don't like the veil is lifted when your veil, by the way, change the letters around in veil. What is a veil? Something that comes down and covers us, shields us, right? If you can lift that veil of ignorance and then you start to see things for what they are. Sometimes it might seem like I'm being a bit harsh, like, yeah, look at what's in your basket. Like, look at that. Or look at what's in my basket. Look at that. Like, I try not to do it like that. You know what I mean? And you just have to look at people and say, yeah, man, I understand. This is what I try to do. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so much compassion for people because I've been there. I've done it to myself as well. But now I shop different only aisles that I go down to our produce in the fruit. I'm saving money. We're not buying meat. You're not buying meat. You're not buying all the sugary food. You're not buying all the pretend fake chemical foods, right? All of the glucose free or sugar free and all this kind of stuff. Such a good change for you there, Nancy, and for David. It is reality, 100%. Yes, it is. So where were we? I want to talk about artificial sweeteners as well, because again, we think that, oh, it's sugar free, it's good for diabetics, because they have huge sections in grocery stores now that are all glucose free, and Glutinose is one of the brands. And this stuff is so toxic because of the artificial sweeteners that have been linked to cancer that is in this. NutraSweet or aspartame is an example of artificial sugar. Did you know this? Aspartame is a neurotoxin that breaks down into formaldehyde, and Americans use over 7,000 tons of this formaldehyde forming toxic chemical in their food. Aspartame. My grandmother, who was diabetic, when she used to come and stay with us, she would bring bags of little packets of aspartame, packets, tons of them. Man, wow, it's just incredible. It's a myth that natural, simple sugars feed, i.e., encourage cancer. That is a complete and absolute, utter lie. Simple sugars strengthen and energize cells, which is a must and successful cancer, which is a must for successful cancer. Berns is having a little trouble reading today. Hang on one second. Simple sugars strengthen and energize cells, which is a must, and a must for successful cancer treatment, as cancerous cells are normal cells that have lost their vitality and their health through acidosis. I've done another class, and I will review that class again in the coming days, on sugar and the great lymphatic system. Cancer and the great lymphatic system. All cancer are dead and damaged cells. Dead and damaged from what? Well, what side of chemistry does corrosion, erosion, death happen on? Acid. It happens on the acid side of chemistry. Remember, a simple sugar, glucose in particular, is the proper fuel for cells. Proteins and fats should never be used for fuel unless it is absolutely necessary, because cellular damage can result. How many people are just all hyped up on keto, 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 high protein diets? It's absolutely one of the most destructive things that you can do to your body. Absolutely, hands down. I mean, I know. How many of you have ever tried a keto diet? Drop it in the comments. Let me know if you've ever done a keto diet. How did you end up feeling on that? Long term, even short term. It's destructive. It's horrible. You start cannibalizing your own muscle tissue in order to tap into the glycogen and ATP energy reserves found in the muscle when you do that, because you're not getting any cellular dynamic energy from fructose, from the actual source of fuel for energy. When you do not provide the proper fuel for your body, it will go into your muscles and start breaking down your muscles in order to survive. Fructose is the highest energetic form of a monosaccharide or simple sugar. Now remember, we talked about this. Let me grab my book. We talked about this from our book. We talked about the different angstroms of energy, the different energetic levels of different food in the body. And we talked about that fruit has an angstrom or electrical output of 8,000 to 10,000 angstroms of energy, right? It is the highest frequency of food in the body. And if you want, by the way, that chart is on page 104 for those of you who are getting your books in or have your books in, bookmark that page. This is so important. The energy value of our food is absolutely necessary. We are an energetic being. If you want to live a life of a high energy, believe you me, you want high energetic food. And fruits, is the highest form of simple sugar fuel for your body. So you want to be focusing on that. Neurons and nerve cells especially attract fructose molecules. It's like the brain, it's brain food, literally brain food, because neurons are the highest electromagnetic cells in the body. So it would make sense then that your body is going to want to have the most highly electrically charged food to put into those cells. Fructose enters a cell through diffusion. Fructose enters let me just move that out of the way. Whoops. Fructose enters a cell through diffusion instead of via active transport, which its counterpart glucose does. Diffusion saves energy for the body and the cells. This is why we have so much energy in the body. The body requires so much energy in order just to run, in order just to smile, to wake up and smile, and to have a normal, healthy day. The body requires 6,800 angstroms of energy. And when we can get that energy diffused directly from the food that we are eating, diffusing directly into our cells without having to go through a lot of digestive processes, oh my God, now you're talking about an electric life. This diffusion saves extra energy in the body and in the cells. What can our body possibly do with all of that saved up energy? Well, it goes to work at healing, repairing, regenerating, rejuvenating our damaged tissue and cells that are in there. This is why it is so important to focus on the fruits and the highest energy food that we have available to us. Any activity requires energy, including the activity of transporting nutrients across the cell wall. Most nutrients also require a helper or carrier to assist in this movement through the cell wall into the cell. All right, so that's really important to think about. We need an assistant. We need a little bit of help to get the nutrients through the cell wall into the cell. As ATP is a cell's stored energy, this ATP is used in active transport, which is the assisted transportation of nutrients across the cell wall. Excuse me, juice burp. That happens. Glucose needs insulin to a certain degree as a utilization hormone for this active transport. So let's just break that down a little bit. So let's go back here. So in order to get this energy through the cell wall and the nutrients through the cell wall, our body needs an assistant to do that. We need help to do that on a cellular level. See, these are the things we don't think about because we've never been taught them, and because we just think, oh, I'll just eat the food and then I'll poop and then it's done. Well, there's a lot that happens between the food going in and the food coming out, right? ATP is a cell's stored energy, and it is used, that stored energy. And if you don't have a lot of energy in the body because you're not eating the proper food to create a cycle of energy in the body, then you're not going to have the nutrients going across the cell membrane to be nourished, to have enough nutrition in your body for proper functioning. Now, glucose needs insulin to a certain degree for utilizing our nutrition for active transport of this. Fructose, on the other hand, screenshot this, you guys. Screenshot this and memorize it. Put it into your body on a cellular level, right? Fructose, on the other hand, requires no ATP and no insulin, and is simply pulled or absorbed through the cell wall by diffusion. So I want to ask you something. If fructose does not require insulin, an insulin response, why are people so afraid of having fruit if they're diabetic? Why? Propaganda. That's why. Straight up. We've been lied to. Fructose does not require ATP or stored energy, and it does not require insulin in order to transport the nutrients by the cell wall. It happens through diffusion. It does not need insulin. Yeah, for diabetics, fructose is perfect, especially if you remove complex sugars from their diet. So what are the complex sugars? Let me know in the comments if you can tell me. Give me a list of a complex sugar or one or two complex sugar that we can remove from the diet to absolutely heal from diabetes. Absolutely. Yes, indeed. I see lots of comments here about the keto side of things. I'm going to go through all of the comments and all of your feedback in here shortly. All right, shortly. Yes, cupcakes, pasta, bread, definitely complex sugars. Absolutely. Complex sugars create excessive glucose levels in the blood, which then creates more insulin demand. So if you can leave out the cupcakes, the pasta, the bread, the cookies, the ice cream, the grains, the rice, if you can leave those things out, the rice, the bread, all of those things, if you can leave those things out of your body, you will leave out the need for insulin in your body. You see how this works? Raw fruits and vegetables are always your best source of simple sugars. This is one reason why your body becomes stronger and more energetic on these foods. Absolutely. Foods high in protein and low in sugars, or foods high in complex sugars, rob your body of vital energy, create acidosis, and elevate your blood sugars. Not fruits. Fruits do not elevate your blood sugars. No, they do not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That is another lie that we have been sold, unfortunately. Simple sugars also aid in alkalization of the tissues, which is vital for tissue regeneration and vitality. Remember, you cannot detoxify or clean out the body in an acid environment, with an acid medium, with acid food. That happens under an alkaline sky. If you want to hydrate your body, it's not going to happen drinking water, folks, by the way, because water is on the acid side of chemistry. We don't deal with and we don't touch alkalization of water. Dr. Morse is not about that. And I'm just letting you know, if you're going to drink water, and even if it's bougie water, please structure it with a little bit of lemon or a little bit of lime. You want structured water or a little bit of heal all tea or herbal tea. You want structured water, because that is going to be alkalizing to the body. The only way to get rid of the decades of acid in the body, stored in the body, yes, it's stored in the body. The only way to do that is with alkaline food, foods that are literally the highest on the alkaline scale. Tested, what is the highest alkaline food that you can put into your body? Fruits, melons, and berries, baby. Simple sugars. As stated, fructose is the highest electrical sugar in nature, and it is superb for brain and nerve regeneration. Absolutely essential. Absolutely essential. And that really is everything that I wanted to share with you guys on this beautiful subject. Thank you so much, Dee. Dee says, I cannot thank you enough for this class. Berns, you're so welcome. I think it was high time that I covered these facts again, because there's so much misinformation out there. I know that a lot of you are really new to my classes, and sometimes we don't have time to go back and watch one of the older classes, but these are all the notes that we taught in the sugar and complex carbohydrates class a little while back, and now this is our new and updated version, which is great. Joyce says, this is a great class. Thank you. I have to go to work now, and we'll finish this evening. Juice on. Yes, indeed, Joyce. Juice on, my darling. Have a beautiful day at work today. Jimmy asked, on energy reserve use, does intermittent fasting have a significant effect on tissues and cells? I think it does. I don't think you necessarily have to intermittent fast. And remember, we always intermittent fast, right? That's why we have break fast or breakfast. So any intermittent fasting, for those that may not know what that is where we have a window of time where we do not eat, where we are fasting. And for most people, that usually happens at night. For some people, they like to extend that window. I've done intermittent fasting at different times in my juicing protocol. I think it helps. I think it's beneficial. I can't get into all of the whys and wherefores and so on right now on intermittent fasting, but I think if your body is calling you to do that, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You can definitely do that and enjoy a longer fasting window, Jimmy, for sure. Absolutely. Let's see what people were talking about the keto diet. Shailesh says, I saw pictures of this keto diet. It's got eggs, fish, chicken. What's so graceful about that? Nothing, my friend, nothing. You will be suffering with that. That's for sure. I wonder if people who say they have so much energy on keto are just getting stimulated or just adrenal rush. That's absolutely it. Meat has a lot of artificial stimulant energy. We don't go into artificial stimulant energy here. We use natural cellular dynamic energy in the form of living food, in particular fruits. Absolutely. You're more aggressive with the higher meat because there's more of that adrenaline, there's more of that. Joe Rogan talked about this actually in a podcast. Talked about his increase in aggression since going on a keto diet. But he's an aggressive guy. He's all into the MMA and the fighting and all that mixed martial arts stuff that requires you to be to have a killer kind of approach and attitude. I'm not about that kind of vibe. I'm more of a lover than a killer. You know what I mean? I felt like shit on a keto diet. Yeah, so did I. So did I. Sheila says, I think my eyes first opened up when the guy on What the Health showed us who sponsored big organizations like Susan Komen's cancer research was funded by Yoplait yogurt. Pretty convenient. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Follow the money, honey. Follow the money. Follow the money. Yep, lots of keto, Atkins, low carb junk food, no fruit. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see here. This was another epic class. Sheila, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I hope you guys got good value from this. And if you did, hey man, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. That would be cool. That would help the channel grow, and that would help us get this information out to more people, right? Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, turn your notification bell on, all those fancy things that we do when we do the tube, Can we add a little brown rice to the salad? Well, I don't know, Shailesh, what do you think? Brown rice, acid forming. Can you do it? Yes, you can. You can add a lot of brown rice to your salad. It all depends on what you want to achieve in your body. Do you want to achieve beautiful alkalinity? Do you want to have free-flowing energy with no obstructions? Do you want to have no fear of dis-ease in your body? Then I would say I would not recommend eating brown rice at all. Brown rice is actually harder on your body to digest. It requires more time and effort because you got to digest that hard outer husk on the outside of the rice. So people think, well, it's brown, it's going to be better for me. You do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole because I don't like the feeling and knowing that I am downgrading my health. If you don't mind downgrading your health, then by all means continue to eat the rice. But if you are doing this because you're really on a mission to really heal your body, and especially as someone who's going to be guiding other people in their healing, I would encourage you to leave that stuff well out of your protocol, because that is acid forming food. You're putting in more complex carbohydrates, which puts in more carbonic acid into your system. Why would you do that now that you know what you know? No, it's not healthy, my friend. Brown is not healthy. Brown rice isn't healthy. Brown whole wheat isn't healthy. Not so much because it's brown, but because it's acid forming food. It puts too much carbonic acid into the body. Let me pull up the thing again for you. I think this might be helpful for you. Hold on. Give me a second. There we go. When you eat brown rice, when you eat rice, when you eat brown bread, when you eat bread, it creates excess carbon molecules in the body, which is then converted into carbon dioxide and carbonic acid. So why would you eat something that you now know has a tendency, or just by its very chemical composition, is going to put into your body excess carbon dioxide and excess carbonic acid? Why would you do that? I wouldn't. Both of these substances are acid forming and must be neutralized and removed from the body. They are strong contributors to acidosis. And here's the thing. If you are putting all of those things into your body and it's contributing to your acidosis, guess what? Over here, where it says that that when you put in those excessive carbon dioxide and carbonic acid in your body, it's got to be eliminated via the lungs, kidneys, and skin. Guess what you're doing? You're overtaxing your lungs, kidneys, and skin. And if your kidneys are already shut down, because of all the crap that we've eaten for decades, like most of our bodies are shut down? How are you going to get rid of it? You're not. Your kidneys are shut down because you've been eating this high acid food your entire life, in addition to all the protein and meat and dairy and beans and all of that stuff. So you got all this excess carbonic acid in your system that needs to be eliminated via the lungs, via the kidneys, via the skin, and the bowels as well. But what happens when you can't eliminate that stuff? What happens? You get an excess of carbonic acid in your body. What does acids do in the body? It agglomerates, it makes things stick together, it makes things harden, right? All disease happens under an acid sky. So, my friend, I mean, I know it's hard when we think about what I can't, what, so wait, but wait a minute. But Berns, my entire culture has been eating beans and rice and roti and bread for my entire life. What do you mean? For centuries? You mean everything that my entire culture has been doing for since time immemorial is wrong, is bad for the body? I don't know. What does your culture, what are the diseases that your family and people who eat that type of food culturally examine the culture and see what are the diseases that are so predominant in those cultures. And if you want to go down that route and continue to go down that route, by all means, it's free will. We have free will on this earth plane, absolutely. Do whatever you want. But if you want to know if it's going to be helpful to you or harmful, straight up it's going to be harmful. Straight up it's going to be harmful. Instead of having those alternatives, there are other alternatives that you can do instead. We explore all different kinds of things to have instead of the high acid forming food like rice. We've done jicama rice for sushi, which tasted amazing. Oh my gosh, I made Dali and Kaya a uh, uh, a raw vegan sprouted quinoa fried rice. Wasn't rice and it wasn't fried. It was all raw, including the quinoa. It was so delicious. I kid you not. It was so good. Find other alternatives that are not on the acid side of chemistry. If you don't want to suffer with diseases, if you don't want to have a fear of a diagnosis, if you want to get rid of crap in your body, you have to take this seriously. It's not, well, but maybe a little bit of brown rice in my salad. Believe you me, when you start cleaning out your body and you really get your body clean, a little bit of something, sure, you'll be able to detox that out. But believe you me, you will feel it. You will feel the effect of that in your body. 100%, no question. Hey, Lisa, you're so welcome. I'm so glad that you got value from this, babe. So happy about that. Having the savory pineapple juice, yum. Is it ever good, right, Deepika? I'm so glad that you tried it. Great class. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you guys are enjoying these deep dives into truly breaking down and understanding all of these myths and just getting it straight in our heads what we're doing to our bodies when we put different fuels and different foods in. So yeah, try quinoa instead of brown rice. It's alkaline. Exactly. Try quinoa. You can cook it if you want to. I have just been exploring sprouting it. All I did was I soaked it overnight for, I don't know, 8 hours, and then I drained it and just left it in the bowl to sprout over the course of the day. And then I just did my magic with putting in a beautiful dressing. Um, uh, did you ever cheat when you were on the raw diet? Well, I am on the raw diet. I'm still on the raw diet. Right now, I'm just doing a little bit of a 40-day juice cleanse in the middle of my raw diet. Did I ever cheat on the raw diet? What do you mean by cheat? Did I ever have cooked foods on the raw diet? Yeah, I've had cooked quinoa from time to time. I've had cooked, oh my God, at Christmas time, I made pastels. Oh yeah, with my Bernsey burger and it's like a cornmeal type of uh, pie, kind of like a tamale. So I had that a little bit. I've had cooked foods a little bit here and there. Sometimes I'll use roasted chestnuts in my recipes here and there. But for the most part, I would say I'm about 90% raw on average. Most days 100% raw, but a few days here and there I might interject. I might have a little nibble of something that I might make, but it's always alkaline. Have I had any rice or any refined sugar or any complex carbohydrate, any wheat, any beans, any meat, any eggs, any dairy? No. That those are non-negotiables in my books, in my body and in my house. We don't buy those things in the house at all. We don't have any of that stuff. I am going to try, by the way, sprouting some black rice, which is actually not a grain. I have some black rice and I might try sprouting that. I'm a little nervous about it for some reason. I don't know why. I bought it like months ago and never ever used it. But I have never been, I've never cheated with that kind of stuff. I've been thinking about cheating with a little spaghetti. I don't know if I can hold out. But it's been on my mind. I buy a pasta made with chickpea. I buy a chickpea flour pasta, and it's pretty good. I cooked that. I made that last night actually for Dali and Kaya, and I had a little taste of it. I had a little scoop of it to see how it tasted, and it was really good. Actually, it was really good. It had kind of like that whole wheat, like kind of denser kind of texture to it. You know what I mean? Look around. There are different things that you can experiment with. But I wouldn't experiment. I actually saw an old package of spaghetti from when one of my other bonus daughters that used to live here. I'm like, oh, this is definitely hers. I'm throwing it out. That went right into the garbage. No question about it. I wouldn't touch regular spaghetti with a 10-foot pole. And it's funny because we were cleaning out the office in the other front room office, and I found my recipe book that my sister and I got at Carmen's. I'm sorry, my battery on my phone is about to die. I Carmen's is a restaurant. Carmine's is a restaurant in New York City. My sister and I bought the book, the recipe book. It's all Italian. It is like we ate at that restaurant 3 times when we were down there several years ago, and it was so good. But everything in the book is chicken or pork or veal or some kind of meat, um, and pasta. I'm like, dang, there's a couple good salad recipes in there, but just about everything in there is pasta. And I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. You can't pay me enough money to eat complex carbohydrates now. It's just, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. It's not worth it to me. And I find it a bit repulsive, to be honest with you. When I think about that, I'm like, ugh. Ugh, because I know what it did to my body. I know what 55 years of that kind of food did to my body, and I'm done. I'm out. I'm tapping out. I don't need it. Awesome, Shailesh. I'm glad that fell on receptive ears, honey. Thanks, Amy. I didn't know that about quinoa. Yes, quinoa is good. I'm totally going to try sprouting quinoa. Do it, man. Do it. I'll give you the quick rundown of the recipe that I made for Dali and Kaya. I think I used 1.5 cups of quinoa dry, and I covered that with 3 cups of water, and I just left it in a container, sprouted that overnight, and the next day drained it out, rinsed it out really well, really well under running water, and then put it to sit dry as possible in a bowl. 8 hours later, I came back. I chopped up some 1 zucchini, a very large red pepper, a little bit of red onion, and some green onion. Mix that all in there, and then I made a salad dressing of a little bit of sesame oil, and by a little bit, I don't know, it was in a one of those mason jars, like the 500 ml mason jars. I put about this much of sesame oil and about an equal amount of non-GMO, low sodium tamari soy sauce. Not soy sauce, but tamari. Non-GMO organic tamari. I put a couple of cloves of crushed garlic and a little bit of maple syrup, and a little bit of salt and pepper. No, I didn't put any salt because of the tamari. I think that was it. You can put a little bit of ginger in there if you want. Anyhow, I shook that all up. I mixed it in, and and a couple of good squirts, like maybe a couple tablespoons of Frank's Red Hot sauce. I mixed it all together. I kid you not. I said to Dali, does that not taste like fried rice or what? He was like, for real though, it does. And I was like, man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait till I can just sit down and just eat this. If you like cilantro, I would chiffonade a nice amount of cilantro in that. You're welcome. You're welcome. All raw, a little bit high on the sodium side. So, adjust that amount of tamari if you don't want it too salty. But totally raw, totally clean, totally beautiful. This dish was so good. I kid you not. Sheila says, try some spaghetti squash, zoodles, or quinoa with some raw tomato sauce. You can do that as well. Beautiful ideas. Hey, Elaine, day 27 for me. Yes, girl, we are on a roll, coming down to the last 2 weeks of our juice detox. How are you feeling, Elaine? Oh my goodness. Sheila, I think I might try. I just might. Thank you. I just miss the comfort of warm carbs. That's just a mental thing. That's just a mental thing. Get out of that mental mind. This is where the mental detox comes in. All right. You are just wanting the carbs. If you're craving carbs, understand that that is candida. By the way, I don't know why I didn't talk about the candida in that class, but in the sugar stuff that we did, your body is most likely craving the carbs because you're candida'd up, baby. Candida feeds on those excess carbon molecules in the body and the excess acidosis in the body. Candida, that yeast, that is there to protect us from being too acidic and having too much of these complex carbohydrates in our body. It's complex carbohydrates are fuel and food for candida. So keep going. I'm telling you, if you can work on that, try to get some of the Dr. Morse Parasite M. That really helps with candida and carbohydrate craving, and start replacing it. Just start recognizing it. Oh, I see why I'm craving pasta. Go to the other alternatives that we've suggested here for you. You're going to be doing well with that. Now 19 going on 20 months soon of Dr. Morse protocol, and I am nearing 90% health. That is amazing. Oh my gosh, Kristen, so happy for you, babe. I'm so sorry I avoided fruit and most veggies for so long. It added to my toxicity. I was seriously toxic. Yeah. And the only way to clean up this toxicity is to get down to business of having a high fruit protocol. I cannot tell you how many times I see it in juicing groups of people talking about vegetable this and vegetable that, and what vegetable juice recipes do I use to heal my body of blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God. I don't even respond in those groups anymore because it's just like a broken record. It's like fruits, melons, and berries. You want to have a high detox, an accelerated detox, an effective detox, then you are definitely going to want to have a high fruit protocol, because that is where the most electronics, the most electromagnetic energy is coming from, the highest alkaline food measured on the planet are fruits, highest on the alkaline scale, therefore highest on the detoxification scale. Very, very important to remember those things, all right? Carrie says, I make a raw zucchini spaghetti. It is fantastic. Yes, I do that as well. Raw zucchini. I'm telling you, you sprinkle a little bit of salt on the zucchini after you do the noodles, after you do either on a spiralizer or a mandolin that has that, thin matchstick setting. You sprinkle some salt, put it in a colander, sprinkle some salt over it, just let it sit. That salt will help pull out some of the extra moisture. And then after it has pulled out some of that moisture, you want to rinse that off really, 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 really well. So you get rid of all the salt And then your zucchini noodles even have a little bit of that softness. It's like an al dente pasta. Oh my gosh, dry it off really well. Make a beautiful raw marinara sauce or a spicy Thai dressing, your favorite salad dressing, and that is your new beautiful raw spaghetti. And I'm telling you, it's good. Sometimes I'll use a peeler and I'll peel them thin instead of like a spaghetti type noodle. I'll make it like a really thin, flat fettuccine type noodle. Oh my God! Yeah, let me show you a picture of that. This is it right here on the bottom, on the bottom, on the bottom there. I'm telling you, that was so damn good. Okay, I need to stop looking at all this food. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie because I don't need to call up these things so much in my imagination because my mouth is starting to water and I don't want to be craving that because we're on day 27. It's actually day 28 for me. Yes, indeed. Sharon says, I was going to ask you about sprouting wild rice, only had this cooked. Now, I don't know the actual classification. I think it's called black rice. It's not wild rice that you sprout. I believe it's black rice. I have a bag of it so that I can try that, and I'm going to try that soon. There is a pasta made from whole palm hearts. It's sold in water. You just rinse with warm water. Its texture is the best I found. Nothing else is added to it. Add a raw tomato sauce in the blender, and Bob's your uncle. Yes, indeed. Oh my God, Berns, that recipe sounds amazing. Yeah, that non-fried, non-rice is pretty amazing. It's pretty incredible. I feel tired, nauseous, and like I have a head cold. Oh, welcome to your detox. That was me on Sunday and on Monday. Holy crap, was I ever hit by the detox train. Nauseous like crazy. Just my bowels were going absolutely bananas, absolutely nuts. I was tired. I spent most of the day in bed. I had a headache. Oh my God, my ear was all weird, popping in the back. Crazy. And you know what I said? Yes, yes, it's working. I'm digging deep. I continue to dig deep on my cleanse, and it was so good. And it passed, as it always does. Not the rice they mix with wild rice and package it calling wild. Okay, yeah, so it's probably a black rice. Lila, do you have a dehydrator? You can totally warm foods, and it's so good. That's what we do sometimes too. So if you warm your food, as long as you keep it below 120 degrees in your dehydrator, you're good to go. You're still having the beautiful live living enzymes, which are the catalysts for the nutrients in your food. You're not killing the enzymes, you're not killing the cells at all in your food. So yeah, warm it up in a dehydrator. Sharon says, I assume something green juices are higher up on the detox scale. Well, no, actually greens are lower down on the detox scale. So if you look at it here, all right, green juices are lower on the detox scale, unless you're using our spicy pineapple juice, which are fruits. What makes our spicy pineapple juice green is the cilantro and the green skin from the cucumber. And cucumber is a fruit as well. So you don't have to be concerned about that at all. I assume some think green juices are, oh, you assume that some people think that green juices are higher on the detox scale. Yeah, they think that because they're misinformed. They're misinformed. Greens are vegetables, and vegetables are actually lower on the alkalinity scale than fruits. Fruits trump vegetables on alkalinity and on angstroms of energy. What does Dr. Morse say in our textbook here? Vegetables, fresh raw vegetables have 8,000 to 9,000 angstroms of energy, whereas fresh raw fruits have 8 to 10,000 angstroms. So they trump it a little bit. They're not bad. They're not bad for us. But if you're looking at really accelerating and amplifying your detox, Your power is in the fruits. Yes, indeed. I'm craving avocados every day. Does that mean anything? Is that candida? I don't think so. I think you're craving avocados every day because they're delicious and they're an excellent source of beautiful fatty acids and plant fats. If you're doing a juicing protocol, just get the cravings out of your mind and just keep going. But if you're having like a raw eating food protocol, have an avocado. Dr. Morris has an avocado every day. I have an avocado every day. I love how I feel. Avocados are beautiful. Enjoy them. They're nothing to be afraid of at all. I don't. Maybe I'll get one. Lila, oh my God, you want a dehydrator, especially when we're done with our juice cleanse and we're going to start taking it back into the kitchen. Yeah, we're going to start doing some morning classes in the kitchen, you guys. I am telling you, you want a dehydrator. You can get one of those round ones at, on Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace. You can get them at uh, regular stores. They're like 20, 30, $40. You know, the round one with the stackable trays. Or you can invest in a better one, like the one that is in my Amazon store. And I'll just show you. This is my Amazon shop down here. And at no extra cost to you, I make a very tiny commission, very tiny, for anything that you purchase from my Amazon store, as well as anything on Amazon that you purchase. If you go into my store and then you see something else that's not in my store, but you've bought it within 24 hours of clicking on my link, then I also get the commission on that. So that's a really fun way to support the channel here at no extra cost to you as well. And I really appreciate it. Any alternative for burritos? Those are my favorite. Yes, girl. Yes. Yes, we've done a lot of wraps. We've done a lot of raw vegan type of things like a burrito. Of course, we don't use rice, we don't use beans, but there are tons of ways to sort out these cravings. Can't get into them right now because I'm not in a eating food protocol myself, but as soon as I am, we will definitely have some of those things back in rotation. So yeah, there's a lot that you can do for that. Carrie says, yesterday I was experimenting with adding lime and herbs to my smoothies and juices. Yeah, wow, it was yummy. Should we use fresh or dried herbs? Does it matter? I like using fresh herbs when it comes to my smoothies. I think it adds more of a vibrancy to it, but you can totally use dried as well. I love mint. Mint is so good. Keep doing that, babe. Yes, I've been so successful this fast with cravings by staying away from all food. Food pics, all of the food porn, stay away from all of the food stuff. Yeah. Berns, I tried the strawberry pineapple juice that you had the other day, and oh my God, that juice was amazing. It's going to be my next go-to juice. Beautiful. I'm telling you, when we explore different beautiful juices that we can have doing this, your cravings go down for other sweet things. Your cravings go down for other savory things. Your cravings just go away because you're getting rid of the candida out of your body, because candida does not like fruit. No, 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 no. Candida likes all the other junk that we've put in our body, and we don't have a need for candida anymore. What is the need? Why do we have a need for candida in our body? Well, if you have an excess amount of carbon molecules and an excessive amount of lymphatic acidosis in your lymphatic system, then in swoops the candida to protect you, right? The candida, the yeast, in swoops the yeast. I'm going to be finishing class real soon, you guys, because I only have 10% battery power left. So I just want to let you guys know we're also at the end of our questions and comments here for class. And it's been a beautiful, dynamic class today, you guys. I love you so much. Thank you for making this so much fun. Yes, I've been feeling tired, broke out in a rash, and first time in my life got an earache. There you go. Your body is trying to detox you, my friend. Are you doing a juicing protocol? Are you doing a clean, raw protocol? Even if you're not, your body is going to try to detox you. And these are symptoms of detox. These are signs that your body is trying to clean yourself out. So help your body clean itself out by giving it a beautiful fruit protocol so that your body can be truly vibrant. Yes, I think some others assume. Yeah, a lot of people assume. I thought that when I started juicing. because I was watching Jason Vale and I was watching a couple other people and I didn't know. But when I found out from Dr. Morse 2 weeks in that the power of healing in the body lies in the fruit, I dropped everything else. And to this day, I only juice fruits. That's all that I focus on. Oh, I'm excited for those morning classes in the kitchen. I love preparing stuff in there. Yeah, baby, we're going to do it. Rockstar says, I love avocados, but can only eat once a week. Too many fats cause inflammation in my body. Yeah, so as you continue to heal your body, Rockstar, you know this, as you continue to heal your body, you're going to be able to allow in certain other foods that you can't handle right now. But it's coming. It's coming. An an avocado a day. Yes, an avocado a day is what I usually do. Absolutely. I've been using my Excalibur 9-tray dehydrator for 14 years. It is wonderful. Awesome. Awesome. I love a good dehydrator. Man, I can't wait to get back into my dehydrator. I love honeydew melon juice. Yeah, honeydew. That's like candy, baby. That is like candy. Rockstar, yeah, I couldn't eat avocados for that reason and stayed away for a long time, but now my body is craving it. So your body might be ready for it now. How cool is that? You've healed your body. You've healed your body. As we continue to heal our bodies, we're going to be able to add in some of those foods like avocados, like a little bit of nuts and seeds in moderation, and, you know, a little bit of cooked food even. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't always have to be raw. As long as you can keep it at least 80% raw, then you have a recipe for a vital, healthy life, you know? So good. So good. Oh my gosh, you guys, I love you so much. I want to thank you guys all for taking your health so seriously and coming to class every day. It's really, really cool. It's really, really cool what we've got going on here. So make sure that you come over to the Real Juicy Detox Facebook group. The link is in the description of this video. And join the team, join the class. That's like our before and after school program for the kids. All of you. I affectionately refer to you as the kids in the class. But all of you beautiful people healing your body, I want to really commend you. Give yourselves a round of applause. This was an amazing class. And it was so good having you here. Hey, Carlene. Hi, Berns, popping in to say hello. I see you're doing well. I'm doing very, very well. How are you doing, babe? I'm doing amazing. I've not skipped a beat, even with my busy life. Miss you, lady. You're getting it, babe. You're getting it. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. So happy. So good to see your beautiful face. I love you. I love you so much. Hey, Carlene, did you hear? I'm moving to Costa Rica. Yes, I know. Sit down. I should have told you. Are you sitting? I should have asked you, are you sitting down? Are you sitting down? I'm moving to Costa Rica, baby. I'm moving. We're moving. We're moving to the tropics. Yes, indeed. I love you too, Elaine, so, so much. But even though we're moving to Costa Rica, instead, what? What? Yes, girl. We just decided like a week ago Sunday. Yeah. So when I say welcome to the Real Juicy Detox, welcome to my beach room. I'm so excited. Believe me, I'm already in Costa Rica and I'm bringing you guys along for the ride. I love it. I love it. I love it. Greet says, thank you, Berns. You're so welcome. I love you guys so much. Sharon. Yes, Sharon. Have a magical day full of synchronicities. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And the luck of the Irish to all of you. I love you so much. I hope that you guys come back to class tomorrow. I'll be here again tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I am every weekday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on weekends, because, you know, I like to have a little bit of morning time with my beautiful man, and sometimes we like to drink our juice and have a little bit of herbal medicine, if you know what I mean, on a Saturday or Sunday morning. Yes, indeed. When do you leave? We're thinking July 1st. Yeah, we're going to sell the house. We have a meeting with a really good real estate agent. We're interviewing a few real estate agents. So that starts this Saturday. House sales are crazy, as a lot of us know, in Ontario, and we're hoping that we'll be able to sell the house relatively quickly. And yeah, we're out of here. we're out of here. We're going to take you guys with us on that adventure. So stay tuned for all of that beautiful stuff. This was fun. I'm excited. I'm excited. So yeah, if you guys want, go back and watch the replay. If you're just tuning in a little bit late, it was a beautiful class. We talked all about sugar and complex carbohydrates and how to keep ourselves truly healthy with a beautiful protocol of fruit and how not to be afraid of fruit because it is the fuel source that the Creator designed for us. So keep it fruity, keep it juicy. Thank you, Carlene. Thank you so much, babe. And I'll see you guys real soon tomorrow. All right? Mwah.